ladies and gents, welcome to my lecture, Cutting Through AI Chaos, a strategic e-commerce view on the future of search. Nomen est omen, let's cut through the rather boring but necessary intro stuff. My name is Scharmueller, I'm working for Smart Ecommerce. I'm managing director there, and we basically help online retailers to grow as fast as possible, but in a sustainable way. We do that by providing cutting-edge services and strong proprietary technology, especially in the fields of Google and Microsoft Search. And to give you a feeling what I'm talking about right now, we have roughly 350 clients. We currently manage $500 million in Google Ads and Microsoft Ads budget. We create roughly $5 billion in revenue for our clients. And what we are most proud of, ladies and gents, I don't know if you heard it, we are from Austria, and Austria is known for a lot of things, but certainly not being the center of the e-commerce universe. And we really worked our butts off to become a true thought leader when it comes down to paid search. And that's the reason why leading media outlets worldwide talk to us constantly to get our take on strategic and tactical questions when it pertains to e-commerce related questions. That being said, ladies and gents, what can be expected the next roughly 16 to 17 minutes? I would like to talk about the state of search in general. There was a lot of buzz going on that Google search is done. In the wake of the AI dynamics, in the wake of disruptive new players, I would like to clarify some things here. The second thing is, what is AI actually doing in e-commerce? Is it really that disruptive? And what is the future looking like with regards to us online retailers? The third thing, Google's power pack, the holy trinity. Google has a clear statement made which campaign types should lead you in a positive future, and I would like to give you some overview there as well. And the last point, ladies and gents, is ways to win. I would like to ask you 4 questions, and you don't have to answer them right away, but even if one question is not answered right on top of your mind, you probably have some homework to do. Let's jump right into it. The state of search. Ladies and gents, a lot of experts said the last couple of months, Google search is cooked. Because there are a lot of new disruptive players. Google is not adopting AI. They have no AI strategy. By the way, I was part of these experts, although I'm not calling myself an expert. But we were flat out wrong. The statement, Google search is cooked, couldn't be wronger. Unless, ladies and gents, the last quarterly earnings call of Google was this zombie moment like for Kodak, because they had the strongest quarter right before the digital cameras went to the market. But I don't think this is a zombie moment for Google. The numbers keep getting stronger every single quarter. To give you an idea, this is the revenue number of the last earnings call. Google product search generated roughly 56 billion in revenue. This is roughly 60% of Google's overall revenue. And the astonishing fact, ladies and gents, is that this is almost 11.7% year-over-year growth. Not bad, because they're already crossing at the very, very high revenue level. And the reason why Google search is still going very, very strong is manifold, but I would like to highlight 3. A, Google is playing the AI adoption very, very smartly. Whatever Google implements in terms of new AI-based products is not interfering with their core business, which is paid search. I will talk about that in a minute. Secondly, the new disruptive players, first and foremost ChatGPT and Perplexity, they are not as disruptive as we thought they are, or at least they are not as fast disrupting as we thought we are. And I would like to show you some numbers. Who knows how many global search queries are happening? It's a lot. We're talking about 5.8 trillion search queries happening globally. And guess what? 90% of them are going through Google. 90%. There's also a self-reported number by Mr. Altman from ChatGPT. I don't like Altman that much, but that's not the reason why I don't believe this number. It's just overbloated. But even in the best case, ladies and gents, only a fraction of overall search volume is going through ChatGPT right now. So the whole hypothesis that these new players disrupt Google from one day to another is just wrong. What's also very interesting, ladies and gents, is this is completely fresh out of the oven. I don't know how well it can be read on the big screen, but what I want to show you is this is the search query composition of ChatGPT. So which type of search queries are happening on ChatGPT? They clustered into different buckets. And the one bucket which is of special interest, ladies and gents, is the information-seeking type search queries, because this is the best way to compare Google with ChatGPT. And one thing, folks, which is completely not discussed everyone is talking about the overall search query volume. That's not even the thing Google is mostly interested in. It's about the search query where there is a buying intent, because these are the search queries Google monetizes on. And the share of Google search queries where there is a buying intent is right now at around 14%. ChatGPT, however, is only at 2.1%. These are the reasons why Google search is here to stay. That's what I want to tell you. And Google is certainly not cooked. We were just wrong. I would also like to talk about organic traffic. Organic traffic, for the ones who are not familiar with this term, this is the traffic where Google has no sponsored ads. So Google is not earning any money with organic traffic. Why we are talking about it? Because we are no experts in organic traffic. We're rather focusing on paid search. But this is the playing ground. Google is testing out a lot of new things. So basically, every new AI product Google shows or implements is tested out in the organic traffic field. And this is super smart because it's first and foremost, not interfering with their core product and core revenue driver. And here is a statement, ladies and gents, which is, by the way, not true, and I'm not telling you that it's not true. Google itself contradicted it. Basically, Google said, guys, chill down. Every new AI product we launch will create billions of new clicks for you and your business. That's not true. Why is it not true? Because Google itself, Martin Splitt, to be precise, one of their biggest authorities when it comes down to Google search, he showed quite astonishing numbers. And what you see up here on the screen is how impressions and clicks developed since AIOs, the new product of Google, which is shown top of the site whenever you have an information. AIOs created tons of new impressions, but the clicks decreased. And what AIOs, ladies and gents, is a so-called zero-click event. If I have a question right now, I want an information, 90% of the time I get an AIO. So Gemini is answering my question directly on Google. So if I'm a publisher now and creating content on my website, my business model is massively at risk because there's no need for me as a client to go to the website anymore. The question now is, what does that mean for e-commerce? We talk about that in a minute. AI and e-commerce. So I want to put on Front Street, nothing massively disrupted has happened so far, which is good for us online retailers. But things are about to change. That is my strong opinion, ladies and gents. This is a study from eMarketer, which shows the organic traffic for all global e-commerce websites selling goods and products. And you can see that it's quite stable. So this threat, like the publishers face right now with AIOs, it's not relevant for e-commerce players right now. But ladies and gents, this will change. This little graph seems to be very unimportant, but this is a sign to come. What Google is doing now is more and more, when I'm looking for a product, Google starts to show products in the AIOs. And these product images are replacing the so-called product grid, which is an organic PLA listing, more or less. And this little sign, this little increase of product shown in the AIOs is a clear sign to come what Google plans to do. At some point of time, Google will, of course, embed their AI products into sponsored ads. And that has some massive implication. Another thing, ladies and gents, this is US only and English speaking only. And the AI mode, I don't like the name, but it's basically Google's answer to ChatGPT. And the major difference here, compared to ChatGPT, Google specifically stated, when you're using AI mode, dear client, also look for products because it's helping you to find the right products. There are no sponsored ads right now. You can't really serve it with your PMax campaigns and so forth. It's all organically. The AI, Gemini-powered, is crawling the net and shows the client the best possible products. But again, it's a clear sign to come that Google is thinking about logically tapping into the e-commerce world, which is mostly relevant for a lot of people right here. And I want to show you now what we think is the future of e-commerce. So ladies and gents, on the top left upside, you have the status quo. As an online player, as an online shop, you have your Google search tactics, your Google search campaigns, which you hate or love, depends on how they perform. You have an e-commerce site where you can build engagement with the client, where you do the fulfillment, the client buys and clicks on your website. You have a custom acquisition strategy, you have your CPCs and CPA targets, all good. But the future, ladies and gents, will look completely different. The future will look like that there will be a comprehensive AI shopping assistant. So whenever I'm looking for a product down the line, the AI shopping assistant will decide which products are fitting to my search query. And the big question is, based on which methodology is the AI shopping assistant picking your products? Another thing which is massively implication heavy is there will be, with a very high certainty, an in-purchase option. I don't know who can remember the buy on Google test Google did 5 years ago in France. And the idea was that it's not necessary for me to click on an ad, go to the website and buy the product there. No, I could literally buy the product directly on the Google search result page. That not really landed well in France for several reasons, but we're in different times now. And the thing, ladies and gents, what's very important for us is ChatGPT and Perplexity, they are absolutely outspoken that there will be an in-app purchase possibility. So there's no need to click on the ad anymore and to go to the website. And that will be a zero-click event, which I think is massively disrupting everything we know about e-commerce right now. It's also affecting the business model of Google, potentially, because if there is no click anymore, the cost per click methodology doesn't apply anymore. And what we think is, down the line, Google will think about a commission model. So whenever a product is sold from your online shop, but directly on the Google page, on the Google search result page, then Google will probably charge a commission, because the CPC model itself will not apply anymore. And I don't want to be too provocative, but it might be that the online shops you invested a lot of time in will come down to a warehouse for Google. We hope it's not the case, but I want to point out today that Google is going that direction. Now, we are not there yet, and let's cross this bridge when we are in front of it. I just want to tell you, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. We are now in this so-called intermediate phase. So we are not there yet. This dark or bright future, depending on your perspective, is not there yet. The intermediate phase, however, will be dominated by Google's Power Pack. And what I would encourage everyone here, because due to the lack of time, I can't go through every slide in detail, take pictures, because what I will do now is I will have an exact summary for each and every campaign type, including this Power Pack, what they are good at, what they are doing, what you have to look at, what are the pros and cons. First of all, I want to start with a statement why there is even a Power Pack, why there are more campaign types now Google is pushing aggressively. Because 2 years ago, Google was like, PMax all in, that's our vision. The problem is that the market didn't adopt PMax to the fullest. What we see based on our billions of data points is that based on the cost share, roughly 70–75% of all costs are running through PMax. The rest is still running with standard shopping campaigns and standard search campaigns. So Google had to listen to the market and had to think about, okay, what can we do to really push all clients into our AI ecosystem? And these are the 3 campaign types Google will push down your throat. And by the way, 2 out of these 3 products are great. PMax, we all know it, AI Max for search, and then we, of course, have demand gen. I will breeze through PMax. We all know PMax, probably. It's a very mature product. I think it's a great product. I think Google listened to the market. They shipped a lot of great features. What this campaign type does for you, it's relentlessly looking for your revenue. Here we go with PMax. It's relentlessly looking for your revenue. This is what this campaign type is really good at. Pros, you can, why it's always, sorry for that. It's jumping, no, it's not jumping. It's really working for your revenue. The pros are, it's very, very good in finding revenue. It's very good in terms of setting it up very easily. And it's a very mature product. So PMax is the way to go if you like it or not. What are the cons? The cons are, it's a kind of lazy campaign type. So it's not always looking for the incrementality. It's focusing on the revenue, which is easy to win. And that's sometimes not the way to grow as an online retailer. To-dos. Please make sure that you feed PMax with the right data and always look at your campaign setup, because that's basically the only way to really steer PMax in the right direction. AI Max for search, it's the newest campaign type Google is pushing hard. I would like to be very short here. It's basically a keyword-less technology. it increases search term and landing page coverage, and it basically helps you to increase your search exposure. But there is a big risk using AI Max for search, because it's easily going off the rail, and it's untapping into areas where you don't want it to untapping in. First and foremost, it's bidding on competitors, and it's massively, more or less, tackling your brand traffic, which most of the time you want to tackle on your own. Demand gen, one last thing, feel free to take a picture. This is a great product, and you should use it. It's creating demand, it's creating engagement, but it's one thing which it's not good at. It's not creating revenue for you, ladies and gents. It's not a performance-driven campaign type. That's why you have PMax. And this is the major error we see with a lot of clients. They force demand gen to be performance-oriented. No, it's not performance-oriented. It's creating demand. It's a great product, and you should really use it. Now, ways to win. Roughly 2 minutes left. I would like to start with a statement which is not provocative by any means. We are AI friends, not AI conspiracy theorists, that everything will be bad and everything is not good with AI. But there's a thing we have to consider. Algorithms think on a per auction basis in Google with no view longer than a month's budget. AI is great. It can think in a non-linear way. It's cheap, it's robust, it's faster than a human being, but it's not strategic. Whenever you let AI go in autopilot mode, there's no guarantee that AI is really supporting your business goals. That's what you have to realize. And one very important thing is the PPC rulebook has changed. So either you run a team or you're part of a team. Your role fundamentally changed. Campaign management in the old days was constant manual tweaks. I was part of this area. You were the smartest guy in the room. You tweaked everything to death. And that's how you separated you from the pack. Now, it's not about that anymore. It's all about training and guiding the AI. Data and measurement. In the past, it was all about the data feed and your tracking systems. Right now, it's all about first-party data. Which data can you inject into your AI? Which data can you inject to Google in order to let it work as efficiently, effectively as possible for your business? Goals. In the past, it was all about ROAS. Now it should be way more than ROAS. ROAS is a proxy number, return on ad spend. But what return are you really measuring? And the last thing is the role of a PPC expert. In the past, it was this siloed campaign expert. I love the guys. But that time is over. You're no keyword hunter more. You're now a strategic overseer. And ladies and gents, if you run a team, make sure that this mindset has already established. Last but not least, these 4 questions are critical for you. And I hope that everyone has already an answer for it. Question number 1, how is Google prioritizing your budgets? Is it really pushing the budget into the right products? And first and foremost, do you know what the right products are? Second question is, are you already injecting data into PMax, demand gen, and so forth? What data is Google looking at? First-party data is separating from your competition. Please think about it. What are you measuring? If you're only measuring revenue tracked in Google, you won't succeed. And the last thing is, how fast are you learning and testing? One thing AI can really do is, it enables you to test easily and in a lean way. Question to you guys, when have you tested your setup against another setup the last time? When it's more than 3 months, 5 months, you should do something about it. Ladies and gents, that's from my side. Time flies. I really want to say thank you for showing up in solid numbers. Thanks for your time. If you want to challenge me, if you have any questions, we have a small, cozy booth over there. We would like to welcome you there and enjoy the great DMEXCO it is. And great day. Thanks for your attention.